Okay, we're gonna start our video, and we're going to go through the pins because the pins are full. Everyone wanted a video of seeing the new pins with the kettle in it, so we're just gonna go ahead and start here, and we'll just kind of go through the pins. We'll have to mix feed, but we'll get started. I'll just piece it together. There's some new calves there I got in. They've been here not a week yet. They're doing really good. I'm really happy with them so far. The barn is working phenomenally well. It's I've had a cold front move in today. It's been pretty chilly all day, but it's that time of year. You know, we had good weather until about a week ago, and now we're learning our lesson. So it's definitely, winter is definitely coming. We've been gathering calves off grass. And I know I haven't put the last video that was up is me finishing the feed pins, but I've taken, I don't know, tons of videos since then that just have not made it up yet, but we're getting ready to start putting them up. So as of right now, I don't have a single, well, I take that. I do have one empty pen, but it was full this morning with cows. It was, we've been pregging cows, and it had it had 70 cows in it this morning, so it has one cow in it now. She decided, I don't know whether she got knocked around a little bit last night or what, and then she kind of fell down in a hole. But we moved her around. She's doing okay. I think out of any of them, she'll probably actually be the one that makes it. Out of the cows that we've had get down. But so these are the calves that have been here. Half of these I just gathered off the grass. I got them in late summer, and so half of them have been in here, and the other half have been on grass. We pulled them in about 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, something like that. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I may sell them after the first of the year. Just kind of depends on money, if I need a lot of money or not. But they're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. He needs to go before he weighs like 1,000 pounds, which I think he's probably pretty close to that. Yeah. So we fed those calves 800. Now we need to feed these calves 600. We're going through the feed like crazy. We're definitely feeding it up pretty good. So we should have right at 1,000 head. We had over 1,000 head this morning, and I bet we have right at 1,000 head now. So I see I got a little feed left in the bunk. Not much. The calves are slicking it up real good. I fed these calves a little late this morning because we've been doctoring calves pretty hard here lately. Even a lot of our good ranch calves we've been doctoring. We've had a lot of issues with dust, and so we've been dealing with that. Usually I haven't weaned in the pens that I'm weaning in a while, but since I'm out of pen space, I had to use them, and they're just really dusty. My new feed pens are extremely dusty. I've actually put down wheat straw to help fight the dust a little bit because of that issue. Alright, how far over am I? 620. So that's been fun. You know, calves that we shouldn't have to doctor at all, we're doctoring like crazy. They've had, yesterday was in the 70s. The first day we started weaning them was in the 40s, and then in 2 days in the 70s, and about 200 of them opened up a gate and went through a really nice little walkabout one night, so that didn't help anything. These are some big yearlings I gathered off grass. They're gonna ship the 3rd, so I just went ahead and got them into the pen so we'd have time to sort everything. But it's keeping us busy, that's for sure. Definitely keeping us busy. I'll probably start sorting on these this second. 1230. And I've got 700. Tomorrow we're going to be cutting the heifers out of these, so everything that's got an orange tag is a heifer, everything that's got a green tag is a steer, and the heifers, as soon as we weigh them, they will go to their circle of wheat, which is looking really good, and that's where they'll be. If I get them kind of sorted out, then I'll free up some pen space, because I've got more calves coming in. I'm trying not to, but that's just part of it. The one thing about this is these calves could eat more, but since I'm just taking them to wheat, I just kind of wanted them to stay healthy, so I'm not really trying to push them or anything. So there's no point in feeding them really any more than I have to, because wheat's cheaper than feed. The rest of those calves, I think these calves, the way they're straightened up finally, I've had a lot of trouble with them because they had all that rain on them. They would do really well just in the feed pens. But we got the last of our wheat calves bought. They should be here any day now. And then we will start buying calves to feed. Now we're on 10.7, we need 600 pounds. And then our ranch calves, we're gonna feed them. So, definitely gonna have lots of cattle to feed. Not all my feed pens are fancy. Some of them are just like this. So, I have people asking me about my feed pens, and I do have old feed pens. And you know what? They work. They work really well. You don't have to have fancy feed pens. These old ones work just fine. And to be quite honest with you, I don't have any cattle at all climb out of this feed pen here. Ever. Just the way it is. They do push their feet away, so that's something you have to deal with. But I don't lose any calves out of this pen. My pens with my round bunks are my brand new pens. The way they're set up, you can have calves crawl through them. But I don't have cattle crawl through those old style pens. you're gonna break a lot of boards, but that's just, you know, something you have to deal with. Now this one, I don't have a cable on. I actually just have a pipe that I put up there. And it works really good. You might have one calf occasionally get out through it, but you have to have the pipe on it and the way those boards are, because they'll just push the boards off. The screws will turn loose, and those cross tires are pretty old and rotted out, and so that's one reason it's that way. These calves are 600 pounds feed, so I'm gonna feed them. This is where the calves I was pulling that were sick, this is where they were coming back to after they kind of straightened up. So I've got some calves in here that are pretty rough, a lot rougher than the others, but they're starting to get better. Like that 91, that calf's pretty rough, but he's getting better. They'll probably do just fine. They just need some time. 640, doo-doo-doo. What do we got left in our box? Enough for our beef calves. We'll go feed our beef calves, and we'll have to mix some more feed. But so that's kind of where the pen stands. We'll feed our beef calves, we'll mix some more feed, and then we'll continue this little journey. And I'll show you all the pens that have cattle in them. I'm pretty happy. Fairly, I don't mean to gloat, but I'm pretty happy with myself and what we've accomplished, because probably, it's been longer. I don't remember how long it was, maybe 10, 12 years ago. The first set of calves that I bought, there's like 41 or 43 head of calves, and now I ran them through the winter, and they were off some of my grandparents' cows, and now we're 1,000 plus head a year buying. You know, so I've come a long ways. I mean, it takes a lot of money to do it, but you will eventually get there. You can start small. The one thing about starting small is if you want to stay small, that's fine, but if you don't want to stay small, then you gotta really hammer it. I mean, you gotta really push your numbers, and you can lose a lot of money real quick, but you just gotta keep going. And I went from buying about 600 head 2 years ago, and I went broke 2 years ago. Lost a lot of money, 2 years ago, and now I'm buying. I'm hoping to have 1,500 head bought this year, and next year we're gonna push for even more. As long as we can keep cattle on a break even and up, then that'll be good. We'll be happy. That's just the key. Don't lose money. You can grow really quickly if you don't lose money. But it's that calf not very happy. He had a lot of hair on him, and the summer was not good for him. But I doctored him. He just has issues. He's a beef calf. So this is my beef calf pen. There's like 6 or 7 calves in here, something like that. One heifer that I'm gonna keep for a cow. And they have a little mud hole they have to walk through because I have a hose that likes to leak. So they got 350 pounds. They get that once a day. These are the only cattle I feed once a day. Everything else gets fed twice a day. I got 2 horses there. I got 2 horses just right on the other side of that. And those are all calves we've been weaning. They're getting loose hay. Today will be the last day that they're getting loose hay. Then they'll go on a ration tomorrow. And we'll start pushing the shit out of them, because that's what we need. We're gonna feed them up to 8.5 on the steers and probably 7.5 on the heifers. We don't want to go any higher than that, because if we go higher than that, they'll dock the shit out of us on them. So take them to 7.25, 7.5, and that's a good market for the heifers here. We just don't have a feeder market for them. So we'll push tear. We'll kick our old truck up here, and I'll pause it, and we'll go from there.